Child marriage is a prevalent problem found all over the world. It is when a child under the age of 18 gets married off for the improvement of familial relations, the relieving of debt, or for a substantial future. These children are being abused, sold off, rejected, and tormented for trivial reasons. They do not have the power and understanding to fight back against the culture they were born into. We, as first world citizens, can help prevent child marriages and allow the children to feel value in themselves. Let's take a look at the stats in Madagascar, a country where child marriages are quite common.
Madagascar is located near the southeast coast of Africa, in the Indian Oceans. It is the fourth largest island in the world. The population of Madagascar is approximately 26 million, 50.12% being women, 80% of the population is below the poverty line, and 12% are married by the age of 15, and the other 41% are married by the age of 18. They are ranked 13th for the countries with the most child marriages. The Marina Society, also called the Madagascar Society, is divided into four groups: the Andriana, which is the nobles, the Hova, which are the commoners, Maintia and Endevo, which are the slave class. Maintia and Endevo are considered to be the peasant or the slave class of people. Approximately 50% of Madagascar's population believes in a supreme being called the Andria Manitra and sees ancestors as a passage between the living and the dead. About 41% of Madagascars are Christians, divided evenly between the Roman Catholic and the Protestant.
Child marriages have many detrimental effects on the children and on their families. The negative effects of child marriage can be both mental and physical. Psychological effects such as post-traumatic stress disorder, trauma, and depression can be easily developed shortly after the marriage. The young girls that get married and have children at a young age are at an increased risk of receiving sexually transmitted disease, cervical cancer, malaria, and obstetric fistulas. Also, they have an augmented chance of death during childbirth. Furthermore, the offspring of a young mother is at a huge risk of premature birth and/or early death. Early marriages that include sexual intercourse often result in the contraction of HIV, AIDS, and/or HPV, which can be very dangerous in regions of Madagascar where medical supplies are restricted. Also, pregnancy reduces the effectiveness of the immune system, which is very dangerous for young women who already have a weak immune system. When the body is vulnerable, the pregnant mother can easily contract fatal diseases that can end with the death of the mother or the baby. As we can see, the physical and mental effects on a victim of child marriage can be very catastrophic, leading to a difficult life full of sickness or even death.
Child marriage is prevalent in the slave class, the Menti and the Ndivo, of the Madagascar society.
The families of young brides marry off their children for the improvement of family relationships, wealth, or hope of giving their child a substantial future.
However, as discussed before, these effects on children are much more detrimental and lead us to our question: why does this continue to happen?
Well, to start off, government services are not provided to the lower class.
The main services that these families are restricted from are medicine, education, and police enforcement.
Medical bills are far too expensive for the family, sometimes meaning that they will be unable to sustain their family in any illness that falls upon a member of the family.
This will often lead to the family head giving up their daughters to make it easier for them to sustain the rest of the family members.
Families also struggle to see some sort of future in their child's lives due to their lack of education and their inability to work in the harsh culture.
Girls with lower level educations are much more likely to be married before the age of 18.
A 2015 study found that an additional year of schooling in Madagascar delays marriage by 1.5 years.
Police are also unable to enforce the law against child marriage in Madagascar.
Furthermore, any result of canceling a wedding may complicate the girl's future.
The Mantini and the Andivo, who lived in extreme poverty, are forced to marry off their daughters because of the difficulties of raising a family with very limited services and support.
So no, we have to ask ourselves, what can we do to stop it?
Child marriage is a huge issue that can be tackled through many forms. When families educate their young girls, it is shown that they are more likely to be successful and will be able to support the family. This causes child marriage to be an unnecessary solution to a financially lacking family. In addition, the government could also assist these families by reducing medical bills and installing public facilities. They can also provide other services such as increased access to health care for all women, both married and unmarried. They can provide programs to prevent and mitigate risk of child marriage. They can aid families who need financial stability.
All these methods can be used in order to reduce child marriages in Madagascar and even all other countries where child marriage is common. Law enforcement officials can increase implementation and enforcement of legal framework to prevent child marriage and protect the married girls. Police officers could help to stop the child marriage and help the families in whatever necessities that they need so that they don't see child marriage as a solution. Our organization is planning to help the government build schools, hospitals, and provide families with work that they are passionate about. In doing so, families are not so forced to marry their daughters.
To help fund our organization and raise money and awareness, we can make multiple events where a variety of ages can participate, such as auctions, festivities, mission trips, fundraisers, and multiple other ways. We are also planning to create pages on social media so that people can learn and stay updated with our work in Madagascar communities. Alongside that, we are going to help families create merchandise such as bracelets and scarves, then take them and sell them. We will help them find value in their lives and improve their financial situations. Child marriage is a worldwide problem that needs immediate attention. Children are being married off every day for the sake of their families, while these kids suffer from a lack of free will. The conditions these families must endure forces them to give away their children for the sake of the rest of the family. Many methods can be implemented by the government and by us to prevent child marriages in areas where enforcement of this law is minimal. We can do something to stop this. We can change the future of the children. The most precious gift you can give to someone is the gift of freedom.
No, I bet mine's like mine is this.
Because I'm on it.
Look at it.
That looks so dumb.